Okay, before we start about anything about this movie, let's just say the wonderful string of just happenstance that happened on the way out.
He likes to set things where they get easily knocked over. I'm surprised.
They've never been knocked over before when I'm sitting in my car alone.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? 'Cause nobody else is around. Yeah, I knocked over his drink and now he's sitting in a puddle of crap.
On my jacket so that my butt doesn't get wet. Hence why I'm not wearing anything right now. Thank God that this new engine in my car that costs $2,000. Yes, $2,000.
$2,000.
Heats up very quickly because now we have air conditioning.
I'm champing on popcorn, sucking down an icy because we're doing our double feature. We're doing this on a Tuesday night.
Rather than our usual Thursday because we missed last week.
I was sick.
But, as always, I'm Kelly.
I'm DJ.
And we just got out of Paddington. AKA, what the hell did I just watch? The movie.
Well, you can pretty much pinpoint why it's a PG movie.
Yes! Casual cross-dressing.
A little bit of alcohol.
A lot of alcohol.
In fact, an entire scene revolving around alcohol.
And, yeah, a few other things. Non-spoiler version. I'd go see this film in theaters just for the experience of, what the hell is this?
You can take your kids, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's
aside from the alcohol, there's really nothing bad in it.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I really, really, really doubt they are going to get those movie references. but the parents taking their kids to it, they'll enjoy all of them.
Like all these family movies that have come out, even since the 80s and 90s, they slip references in.
This wasn't slipped in. They drew attention to it with a 5-minute scene. We'll get into the scene later, but
I've seen it done plenty worse too.
Lorax with the little Mission Impossible.
Yeah, they drew attention to that too.
But yeah, I mean they're done well enough and they're entertaining that even if the kids don't understand them, they're gonna enjoy seeing them.
So if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock for the 50 years, Paddington,
like half our audience.
Paddington, yeah, pretty much, is an old children's book series about a bear who wears a hat
and a coat,
blue coat, who lives in London with his family, the Browns, that take him in and gets into all sorts of crazy antics. That's about it.
Yeah, that's basically the whole movie in a nutshell. Yeah, but my final recommendation is go see it before we get into the spoilers.
Yep.
So, all around the board, go see it.
I really don't know. I remember seeing them around. I almost thought it was a kind of a comic strip as it kind of faded out. Something like Marmaduke, which is a terrible movie, by the way. That shouldn't have happened.
Wait. Marmaduke, I thought that was called Scooby-Doo.
Wow.
More inside joke references for everybody who watches our films. Yeah, going into the actual discussion about the spoilers, there's just, as I said, this is, what the hell did I just watch the movie? And it is, there's just so many random moments, like, I don't know, the band, every time the music changes, they round the corner and you see the band playing the
there's
music.
this calypso band just in London, performing.
And they're just there. They even acknowledge each other. Like in one of the scenes, Paddington says hello to them, and they nod back.
Yeah.
So this is, it's just, I was telling him before, but there's a moment where Paddington ends up leaving, and he passes the band in the rain, again, how are they
it's a
playing
sad
Enter in the
moment.
Ring?
Usually, it's a sad moment, and they do a lot of symbolism with the costumes. Usually, the Calypso band is like colorful and everything, and even at the end, one of them is wearing the Paddington, the hat, and the blue coat. But in this sad moment, all the color is gone, and they're just playing this sad song.
and Paddington just walks by as they're playing this really sad song, to which I really think that it probably would have made it funny if he just turned to them and said, "Can you guys keep it down, please? Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. Thank you for the music, though."
They're above that.
They're above that.
Just let the sad moment happen. Something bad has happened.
Yeah,
You don't need to add comedy to it.
but from a kid's standpoint, it seems like it would have been a good idea. Now, last I checked, this was 99% in Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna go and
It was good, but I don't think I deserve that much praise.
98. It is a 98% at the moment. Just so you can see that, yes, it's right there, a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is unprecedented for a kid's film.
So the next movie we're going to see is Strange Magic, which is by George Lucas. 17%.
I don't like this app.
Wow.
Yeah, so again, I don't know how it's getting this big of a rating. I mean, I will admit, it was good. It wasn't even that bad. I mean, even the moments that were questionable were still fun and whatnot, but 98%. The overall message of it is the importance of family and what it truly means. And the movie does show that quite well, especially with the end scene with the father standing up.
Yeah.
And see, they can take a serious moment and add comedy to it.
Yeah.
Especially with the birds reference.
Oh my gosh. So
we weren't sure if this... Oh, sorry.
okay, so there's a running joke where something that Paddington's uncle from Peru, bear, I think he comes from a family of bears, in which an explorer from England comes and basically teaches them how to speak English and teaches them how to make marmalade, which is kind of a running joke. In
they love
books.
marmalade.
Paddington has an alarming marmalade habit.
That's what you said.
It's exactly what they say. And so there's a running joke where Paddington has a marmalade sandwich tucked away in his hat. And every time he wants to take it out and eat it, these pigeons follow him. It's really creepy. And so we have the villain of the story, which I'm pretty sure is not in the books, if there's any villain at all in the books.
Who is a taxidermist wanting to stuff him.
Crazy taxidermist. Who happens to be... I'm not going to spoil it, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like, "Can I have one request? Just a sandwich. I have one in my hat." "Oh, fine. Be on with it. Take it." "Okay." And he throws the sandwich at her. And all the pigeons attack her in the... As I said, I wasn't sure if this was a Home Alone 2 reference, when they throw the seed at Marv and Dave, or if it was a Birds reference, because she looked an awful like the main star of Hitchcock's Birds. And where do they just come and attack her for the sandwich and try to knock her off of the roof?
You could see it coming a mile away too, but it's still funny.
Big praise to this movie for being able to combine the CGI with the real life setting very, very well. I mean, holy shit. They're literally picking up items. Paddington uses a dustbuster that is taken away from him by another character. And it's a real dustbuster. It looks like they filmed this whole thing with a guy in a green suit, honestly.
Yeah, there's a throwaway scene where they're sitting down to breakfast and the 13, 14-year-old daughter, who's very angsty, says she's just trying to wash her face, and Paddington just licks her in the face, and it was pretty seamless.
I don't know what they used there, but perfect motion with the tongue was this spit trail thing, like a loogie hanging off of her neck. And I'm pretty sure that was a Yogi Bear reference. when the guard came to kick him out.
Why would you want to reference that movie?
No, not the Yogi bit, not the movie, the actual TV show.
Oh, yeah.
There ain't no place for bad.
Wow.
But, yeah, there's a lot of in-jokes, and the CGI is amazing. I think the only real downside to this film is that, unless you're a little kid, a lot of the time you're going to be looking at the screen with your eyebrow cocked.
Yeah.
What did I just see?
Yeah, there's a cute moment, pretty much in the sad moment, where he's just kind of walking in the rain, and he goes to Buckingham Palace, I believe it is, with the guards with the hats that aren't supposed to talk, you know, those kinds of stereotypical British guards. And I heard that was a rumor that that's what the hats are for, but the guard lets him into this little guard post to like stay dry and takes off his hat just as Paddington has the sandwich under his hat. This guy has like a full lunch menu in it.
with
gives him this
drinks, cupcakes, a sandwich, and something else.
It's this like big like ham, turkey and lettuce and ham sandwich.
It's a double decker, man. That thing is bigger than any burger I've eaten.
A fancy tray of like cupcakes and a thermos full of like tea.
Yeah, he's holding the hat like this, and he's like reaching down and
yeah.
Here you go.
And he puts the thermos on his head and puts the hat back on. Then the guards change and the other one kicks him out.
With that Yogi Berra reference.
Yeah.
This honestly, there's nothing really else to say about this film except that half the time you don't know what you're going to be watching. And I don't know how it's getting all of its critical praise, but I can definitely say this was a good family film.
It was. I don't know.
It was an amazing family film that is somehow rocking an unprecedented...
I still don't know how it gets 98 degrees. I wouldn't give it that much praise, but it was still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this is up there with Box Trolls, but Box Trolls only got 75.
Hey, 75 is pretty good. And the way you went on that, and you thought that they bagged on it, I thought it did a lot worse.
Well, at the time it was at 78, and I've looked at some of the reviews of it, and yeah, all the reviews that bag on it are just it's a kid's film, and that's all it is. It doesn't. It's nothing critical. Nobody's actually talking about what the movie is. It's just stereotypic critic crap. Which is the reason why I don't think we should call ourselves critics.
I'm going to call myself a critic.
We're
going to be a different breed of critic.
We are going to be fair and respectable.
Unless the movie really does suck.
Unless it's identical. Which I am considering by.
Identical feels like one of those that shouldn't be made. The only reason we keep referring to it is because we actually saw it.
And it was hilariously bad.
We went in knowing it was going to be bad.
But we didn't think it would be that bad.
We still had a great time. We've seen worse movies in these videos. And we just came out drained of energy. Like, what the heck?
This is where we leave you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice they just go to these really, really, really nice family films.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, it's really isn't much more to say about this film other than go see it.
Yeah.
Colonel.
That's like why I stopped eating popcorn for the longest time. They get stuck in your teeth and you end up choking.
This is why I don't take food into comedy. Unless they star Kevin Hart, then I won't be laughing.
Wow. Wow.
I'm sorry, the guy's not funny. He has one joke, and we make fun of Chris Tucker for it. I'm sorry. He's black and he talks fast. That's his shtick.
We can continue this conversation when the camera is off, because once again we're getting into a tangent. How did we go from a talking bear who eats marmalade
to a critic who can't talk worth crap?
Yeah.
I'm about to choke again. I think we got there by the fact that you can bring up the fact that he's a bad comedian at any time. And the fact that our extended, let's talk about some of the trailers real fast. We got an extended SpongeBob trailer. I'm not gonna
I think I've actually said this before in the same way. Antonio Banderas plays the pirate. I'm like, is that Antonio Banderas? You're a good actor. You were Zorro, man. What happened?
What the hell are you doing in a SpongeBob movie?
That's like Shaft with Shaquille O'Neal and Steel. Which is another 80s movie, by the way.
Actually, Steel was in the 90s.
Was it?
Yes.
Feels like very 80s.
Oh, it was an 80s film that came out during the 90s.
It's like Ernie Hudson and Mr. Magoo. I love Leslie Nielsen. Don't get me wrong.
But Mr. Magoo is not a good movie.
No. One of those strings of kids movies based on cartoons from the fucking 40s. Like
50s.
Flintstones.
50s.
50s, 40s, 50s, I don't care.
But we got into more tangents. You just wanted to bring up that SpongeBob trailer just because they did exactly what I think that the CIA has been doing to torture terrorists for a while. They take them to a bed and make them listen to SpongeBob's laughing until they finally break.
Yeah, it's like it just opens up in this very like it's like the opening scene of Titanic with the little one-man submarine and a little sonar.
It was like that combined with like white noise with the little wave monitor. We
like
recorded the noise.
We heard after so many years, we heard a noise that no man has ever heard. And it zooms into SpongeBob just laughing, and Plankton is duct taped to this desk like, make it stop! Stop! I'll talk! Oh no, I'm choking. Oh goodness.
But yeah, that trailer, that extended trailer, you can just tell the thought process Nickelodeon's having right now.
They know it's a bad movie. They flat out point out all the tropes. All right, secondary characters, come on.
And then they literally point out that they just need a superhero movie starring SpongeBob for the sake of making a superhero movie starring SpongeBob. Because superheroes are big right now. And honestly, they showed you what the pirates' plan was now. Really? The fucking Krabby Patty again?
Yeah.
No, it's a pirate patty.
They basically made an hour-and-a-half movie off a premise of an episode that they already did, where they go to the surface and become realistic.
Oh,
except that was meant to be cheap and hilarious. That was part of the hilarity.
They had David Hasselhoff in it, which if he does not make a cameo appearance in this, it will not be a SpongeBob movie.
I'm not talking about the first SpongeBob movie. I'm talking about that one episode, which is like 22 minutes at best if you take out the commercials, where they miss Sandy and try to get her back. And it's SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, and Krabs go up, and their real life forms are basically like puppets. So stick like a sponge, a starfish, a plastic crab
on a stick. I remember
on a stick, and Squidward is like this plastic squid where they stick like a Play-Doh nose to it, and they all look at him like, what? And it's just a disturbing image. And Sandy is like a stuffed squirrel wearing a little plastic fishbowl on her head.
I can't believe this. We're actually talking more about the SpongeBob trailer than we are about the freaking Paddington movie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there's just so many random moments in Paddington that you need to go see it and decide for yourself. But it was a good film. It's just one of those weird ones. This is easily within the top 10 weirdest films I've ever seen, and that is including anime. Just saying. That really says something about this Paddington movie. Especially when they get into the cross-dressing.
Oh, come on. An orange-haired samurai with a giant butcher knife descending into hell. That makes for a great movie. I was with it all the way.
compared to a guy trying to sneak into the Geography's Guild to sneak out information that's been struck from the record.
Yeah.
Dressed as the stereotypical English maid. I really wanted to make a Mrs. Doubtfire reference there. I really did.
They probably were trying to.
Again, with those flat-out movie quotes.
They slipped it in a little nod to Robin Williams.
You regrew your arm. Actually, it's fake. So he's like taking that bin. So you don't feel any of this? No. Nothing. It's just it was a really cute film. I can say that without doubt it was a cute film.
Yeah.
Especially when they gave Paddington the bath. And turned him into the fluff ball. I was just sitting there.
Trailer fodder.
So we should probably get back over to the theater now. Now that we're done talking. Final verdict officially.
Go see it.
Go see it.
Bring the kids. Everyone will have a great time.
Everyone will. So they'll find something that they'll latch onto in this movie. Whether it's the random appearance of Peter Capaldi and his sudden departure. Or, well, the band in the background. So, yeah, go see it. And we'll see you all
next time when we review Strange Magic.